Yeah, 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 yeah. Go Curtis, a go. Sometimes you gotta pump yourself like, go Curtis, a go Curtis. I'm back. I'm glad to be back. I was missing content creation for sure. Shout out to the music in the back. The homie Stolen Drums. If you don't know, get to knowing. Let's check out the chat. Stepadon Diggity. What's the deal? Great Keys Music. What's good, man? How you doing, fam? Tone. Thank you, fam. And I appreciate you checking up on me when I was offline. You're a good man. Good man. Abaddon. Happy New Year's. Flips World. Hard Greffin Music. Happy New Year, my friend. Legion Beats. What's the deal? Hard to Knock. The Real Mac Malone. What's the deal? Jack the Rapper. All right, let's cut the music. There's a lot of things that are gonna be changing around here for the good. Always for the good. Always for the good. South Soul, how you doing? So first and foremost, chat, let me know where you're reporting from. Where are you at in the world? I want to ask you a few questions before we get started to give some more time for the folks who want to get some critiques. We want to listen to your music. We got a room full of people, and we want to listen to your music. It's an opportunity for you to share your music, promote your music, and it's at CurtiqueMyBeats.com. This stream is going to be as long as you send me submissions up until 2 hours at max. We got to get out of here before 2 hours. It kills replay time. And as I'm really starting to take myself more serious as a YouTuber, there's some things that need to come back and some things that don't need to come back. That's one of them. You like this camera? Look at this camera. It's all extra crispy. Hey, it looks so real. You could feel like like I'm in your house. You probably see pimples and stuff. That's crazy. We shooting them. Hey, that lens is no joke. You know what else is no joke? You play some fire, you're going to get that reaction. If you play some fire, you'll get that reaction and more. Just stepping up the production a little bit. Should have never gave y'all money. We should have never did that. Because all we're going to do is reinvest it back into what we're doing. This is munching. Just munching. All right, if this is your first time joining or seeing this live stream, first and foremost, Curtis King TV is not a shorts channel. It became it temporarily because I was on vacation for the month of December. Shout out Washington, New York, Toronto, Cleveland, Tacoma, Washington, Northern California, Bakersfield, good. Kansas City. Hey, I love Kansas City. Or the parts that I went to. I really loved it. They don't want that. You don't want none of that. You hear me? You want none of that. I hope this is healthy to eat around. Houston. Oh, Houston. That's what's up. Okay. Well, like I said, if this is your first time ever being here on a live stream, we do a few different types of live streams. That is my wife telling me that my mother was coming to visit me. Say a prayer for my mom, by the way. Please do. If you care about me in this channel, say a prayer for my mom. That's my dog. That's my best friend. All right, perfect. You need me to get it? Okay. So my first time back streaming. Please have a little patience with me. So, hey, this stream today is called Critique My Beats. This is where we listen to your music, give you some feedback. How do you submit a song? Dizzy, awesome question. Go to CurtiqueMyBeats.com. If you need the link, it's in the description. It's in the description. And that'll send you straight to a page that allows you to get a pass so that you can move through all the traffic. And we're going to listen to your music. And we're also, for those of you that are part of my Patreon community, maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know, we have a Patreon community as well. at patreon.com/Curtis King. That link is in the description as well. If you're part of the Patreon and you sign up as a member, this allows you, what's up, HEC? That also allows you, thank you so much, Pearl. God bless you. That allows you to get critiques on every episode. So you're guaranteed to get one no matter what the 2-hour limit is. So I'm always looking out for my DIYers over my Patreon. So shout out to them. Tone, thank you. I really appreciate coming back to this love. That means a lot. That means a lot. Especially after I hit y'all with a barrage of shorts. I'm going to be real with you. I'm trying to get monetized on the shorts. That's all I was trying to do. Some of it worked. A lot of it didn't work. Lesson learned. But I'm back to doing content. I'm so excited about doing content and doing it the right way this year. Not killing myself with 20-hour live editing sessions. It was just ridiculous. Not live, but editing sessions. It was ridiculous. But now I have a system, and I'm feeling so much better about moving forward. So I know the feeling. I started posting short form content. I did catch that, HEC. Shout out to you. You getting ready to start doing live content or content every day? Shout out to you. What are some of your goals this new year? Look at you. And of course, you asked that question. Saint, I believe that's how you spell it or pronounce it. Some of my goals this year is to continue to up the production value of my videos, to really get back to producer videos and like try to do my best to evolve what you expect from a how-to tutorial, to evolve what you expect from even like storytelling as producers. I'm so inspired to see producers in our space that are getting out of their comfort zone, YouTubers that have been here for a long time. I'm so inspired to see them trying new things and doing storytelling that requires them to leave the studio. You know, that's always my biggest thing. We as producers have an issue getting out the studio. So my goals this year is just better execution, better video production. And I think for the first part, I don't know, don't hold me on that. But for the first part, I don't think I'm going to be focused on social media so heavily as I was last year. I want to double down on my YouTube. I've been thinking of a few different ideas that I don't want to throw out the bag yet, but my mind is in that place, and I know what I do usually. Usually I have my ideas, I run to it, and then, you know, I burn myself out. Did you drop weight or is it the lens? It's probably both. No, I gained weight. I gained like 10 pounds. Because during my vacation, I was doing a whole lot of reading and studying, not a whole lot of working out. I gained weight. So that lens is probably making me look real sexy, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care for placements, but we will see. Will we see any this year? No, not. I mean, I'm not going for placements. No. When you see this DIY badge, I want you to think of that as independence. I want you to think of that as ownership. I want you to think of that as not pursuing the traditional industry. There's a lot of folks who are like that happen to be in our community. And so I don't look for placements. But you know what's ironic about you guys? And I'm not going to, say you specifically, but as I read my analytics on YouTube, you guys watch a lot of videos from a lot of YouTubers that talk about famous producers. Just an observation. You guys watch a lot of videos where it's like a big name producer did this or big name producer style like this. That's just my audience overall behavior. It's interesting. That's not really where I'm at. But I got to find a middle ground because I am not here to make content for myself, just myself. I am here to provide content for you. And it's time for me to evolve. I've been an OG in this YouTube game. And sometimes the very hardest thing for me to do is evolve past not just what's going on. I can always do what's going on, but evolve past my damn stubbornness. Jeez Louise. Also, shout out to DistroKid, who is sponsoring this live stream, Curtique My Beats. DistroKid allows you to distribute your music all over the world. DistroKid allows you to distribute your music all over the world for $19 a year. Unlimited amount. Any distributor you can think of. So if you're looking for some passive income, especially as a recession starts to approach, it's probably good to start stacking it up right there. So there it is. What do you think about weed? Get off the weed, man. I don't judge nobody. I don't judge nobody. Have I smoked before? Absolutely, but that's not my thing. I think too much. Like I overthink things too much, and it just makes life not as enjoyable as some of y'all. Some of y'all be in here like, I can't get like that. I am jealous of you. I am jealous of you high bastards who are able to just smoke and eat edibles and be like, I can't do it. I'm jealous. I'm freaking jealous. What's up, Madden Gamer? I'm jealous. I'm actually jealous. I can't do it. If I am under the influence, I get paranoid. Well, maybe because you smoking meth. Shut up. That ain't what it is. Shut up. How about you mind your business? It ain't that. I can't do it. My brain, it's too much. So yes, as Pearl just pointed out right here, you are able to go to distrokid.com/VIP/Curtis King if you want to get signed up. 7% off. How many of y'all partake? How many smokers do we have in here? Glad you asked, Curtis. I'm glad you asked. Shh, I was waiting to tell y'all about that. I was waiting to go ahead and say my piece. You feel me? I've been waiting all your YouTube to tell you how big of a Khalifa smoker I am. That's your head. That's your hair. Viral beast. What that mean? Don't ask, don't tell. Hey, where you get that lamp from? I got the same one. Hey, CJ, she's a hell. I'm gonna answer this, and we getting ready to jump right into these critiques. But what kind of music are you gonna review? Every genre. It don't matter. If your music make a sound, send it through. Sign up for one of the passes at CurtiqueMyBeats.com or up there at the newly designed CurtisKing.com. I got new merch. I got a new email list. I'm throwing a lot of stuff at y'all because I miss y'all, and this is the first time I'm doing all this talking on the internet. I've been off the internet for like a month, so don't mind me. So this lamp, if you see anything in here that you like, I suggest you go to Amazon first and check it out because it's a high likelihood, about a 95% of my cases, it's about a 95% chance that it came from Amazon. That right there was after I got a commercial opportunity that gave me a little bit too much money, and I'm not even gonna hold you. I did nothing responsible with that money. I did some things, but for the most part, I spent like crazy. That was one of the ones I got, and then I ended up taking it out the studio because I couldn't figure out the decor and all, whatever. You don't care. What are some of your goals for this year? As I start to open up this email, because we're going to get started right now. What are some of your goals this year? That lamp is a responsible purchase. Not when you got 17 lights in one. It's really not. I got mine from Walmart. Put a Govee light in that thing, and it looks sick. Yeah, I got one of those Hue lights in there, so like I can like slight flex, low key, lightweight. I could be in here like, you feel me? Like, what's your mood? What are you into? You know what I mean? Like, you want to? This one's called Chinatown. Little Motown for your life, you know. Little Soho. Little Autumn. Oh, that's way too bright. Little Tokyo. This is how I do. You feel me? Just how I do. You feel me? All right, that's that. I'm gonna shut up now. With the fruit salad, yeah, I gotta get my weight down. Release more music and start doing sync. Salute to you for that. I highly suggest you check out the interview that I did with the homie Clint Music. He breaks down so much knowledge about it, and he has a really informative course. I highly suggest you go check out. The link is in the description of that interview. Will you ever do a meet and greet? When the time is appropriate, we will. We will. But if you're asking if I'm gonna just come to your city just to meet and greet you, it's gotta be we gotta do something. We gotta have like a YouTube series or something to back that up. Avedon, to quit my day job and help 12 other people do the same by doing what they love. Oh, by doing what they love to do. I love that. I love that. Flawed TV, what's the deal, fam? Curtis, do you have tutorials on how to set up a live stream? Your live stream looks so clean. Thank you. I do. I have a few YouTube videos. If you go into the YouTube search bar and you put in Curtis King live stream or OBS, I tell you all my scenes, all that stuff, and I set it up. That's that. But this is an upgrade from last year. One, I learned how to use my camera. That's a big one. What's up, Lano? I learned how to use my camera, which is a hard thing to do when you don't know anything about DSLRs. I was faking it for the first 5 years of my YouTube career. I didn't know what the hell I was doing with these cameras. I just bought it and thought it's going to do all the work. No, I was trash. Learn my camera and then recognize that I bought all that equipment just to learn that I should have been investing into lighting. The best investment you could ever make for anything video. You hear me? I'm just turning this music off. You hear me out? Lighting. Lighting. Let me tell you how serious lighting is. You see how natural this looks right now? Let me show you how serious this shit is right here. Look at this. That's one of the lights. Softbox, newer aperture light. And I got another one that's an Elgato that's giving me the fill light here. I got this, this is the main light and a few practicals in the back. Skillshare has, I don't want to do videos about that. Skillshare has some amazing courses on that. But lighting is a game changer. Lighting will turn the cheapest looking camera into something. A lot of times people don't expose themselves don't expose their lack of quality because of simply their video quality. It's really about your lighting. And you could do some really, really, like I did a DIY light that had a regular light bulb with a plug that you can basically put it into. And I put it inside of a Chinese lantern. And then that lantern emitted very soft light like you're getting from the softbox. So, yeah, I'm telling you, you get the lighting right, it's going to be so crispy. So crispy. And shout out to homie Stolen Drums. He taught me so much about the lighting. He has the best live stream ever. So, that's that. It looks really good on the 4K TV. Shout out to you, Pearl. That's good. I'm still working on this. Skillshare. They're not even sponsoring. I have 2 courses on Skillshare right now, but I am more of a user of Skillshare because literally it's like, imagine when you're asking YouTube a question and you're like going through 7 videos to get one answer. Imagine if you could take all those videos and take the best parts of them and literally put it in the form of a course, except the courses are not 30 minutes each module like some of my courses. Kime Pearson. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Won't he do it? Sending light and love. Starting off the year in gratitude. Support those who inspire me. King, you definitely inspire me. Sponsoring for 4 creators. All right, so because of Kime, who is always, first of all, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. I hope you had a great holiday season, Kime. You are a blessing to this community. You continue to be a blessing to this community. I hope someday to meet you, even if it's on the Patreon. I would love to meet you one day. You have been very giving in this environment and allowed other people to be able to get their music heard. Wow, let me turn those lights down. Overexposing myself. So, thank you for this. $120 in a super chat. First day back. Shout out to you. I got to run that back one more time. So let me tell you what that means. I'm glad I kept talking. Let me tell you what that means. Four of you. The first 4 of you that send one beat or one song or one music video to Curtique My Beats. No, I don't want to do that. The first 4 of you to send one beat, to critiquemybeats@gmail.com, we will play your beat. Curtique My Beats, CurtiqueMyBeats @gmail.com. The first 4 of you to send something in, thanks to Kyle Pearson, we will play your beat, your song, your music video, and share with the community, promote you, all that. Make sure you drop your links to social, anything you think is important. But shout out to Kyle. That's huge. That's huge. Huge. Man. It pays to be good people because you attract good people. It pays to be solid because you attract solid people. Think Media. Think Media is the GOATs. No. For real, for real. Think Media, Roberto Blake. I did a consultation with him, or I reached out to him for a consultation a few years ago. Awesome human being and creator. Yeah, I really want to get this YouTube stuff right. I really want to do it. I had to throw a bunch of videos together and clean the palette, test some things out. Now I'm really ready to go back in and just make some dope content. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I got a new camera, all this stuff. So, shout out to Kyle. So, once again, the first 4 people, you get a free critique. Because these are usually you have to pay for a pass. He just paid for 4 people. So, Curtique My Beats. Hold on, let me make sure. I'm over here talking stuff. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Yeah, there it is. All right, so it's Curtique My Beats. Somebody already sent it. All right, we already got the first 4. We got 3. One more person. Curtique My Beats @gmail.com. Oh, we're gonna have a nice little session. All right. Like I said, the goal is to get out of here by 5 p.m. Pacific time. A little bit over. Thank you so much, Pearl. Pearl, you are the real MVP. Shout out to Kyle once again for doing that. That's huge. All right, so let's do this. Let's start off first with our Discord family. And let's listen to what they got. I'm excited to hear what you guys have been cooking up. I just feel like the end of the year brings a lot of special things out of music producers and just artists and creatives in general. So, let's get to this window preview. Let's move me off to the side. Damn, that boy 4K crispy, boy. Talk to me nice. All right, cool. So, first up, we have Pearl Manhattan. Open to everyone's thoughts. I need some help. So, Pearl Manhattan's first one. This one's called Save Me. P Manhattan.
Sitting here crying, no, I'm not dying, but I feel like I'm lying to myself into the world, seeking, not finding. Oh, it's so trying, like I'm driving dark with no lights. All the way running in the dark.
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, Pearl Manhattan. Shout out to Pearl. Somebody asked about what's this Discord. This Discord is for my Patreon members. I only have one Discord now. I used to have a public one, and then folks got weird in there. So I have this one for my Patreon members. But Patreon, Pearl is one of my Patreon members. And I believe I heard an iteration of this, if not this version already. But a fresh listen to it gives me a few different thoughts. This feels like the intro to a James Bond movie. You get what I'm saying? Like, it feels like it's setting the scene well. And because you don't really hear any percussion, it kind of feels like it wants you to float in some kind of intro spectrum or some kind of intro space is what I'm getting. Like, it's not giving you the full story, but it's giving you enough of it so that you're floating with this idea or resting with this idea, right? I also can see this being like video game menu music for like a Call of Duty or like some kind of like war game. That's the initial things that I heard. I like what you were saying. I think that you match the emotion. I would have liked to hear more space though, because after a minute, you kind of get lost in the music, and then you don't. You kind of stop at a certain place. At least for me, I kind of stop at a certain place because I'm looking for, okay, the strings are doing something or really emotional, and then you kind of go to a certain place. I kind of just want the music to just breathe, but it's kind of forcing you to listen to what you're singing about, and I just feel like space is just as good. Space is just as important as any extra instruments you add. Flat out. Those are my first initial thoughts, though. And I think there's a certain level, Assassin's Creed, that part. I could put this on a CD. Me not having a CD player, I agree. It's definitely theme music. Intro to a action. What's going on, Keon? Yeah, I can see this being an interlude on a project as well. It really like it encapsulates like a vibe, right? It's just a thought and an idea that you kind of just want to rest there. But I like the idea and where you went with that. But space, I think, is supremely important with that. Yeah. Okay, cool. What are y'all thoughts? I'm already seeing some of the things that you're saying right here. Sweet. We're not gonna waste no time. Shout out to you, Pearl, for bringing smoke. You so corny, Curtis. I know. I don't care. Flip's World. You gave me free. Let's listen to this one. Flip's World. Jesus. That kick is knocking like the police. You did somebody. That kick is knocking like the damn FBI. Open up some area. That damn kicking right up in your damn chest. Yes, exactly. Step it on diggity. That part right here. It's that nasally snare too. It's like really, really. Ugh. You came back with some more. That's hard. Oh, that's hard. Ugh. Who that knocking out like the police? Yo, this is a police. Hey, this is hard. This is hard. Shout out to you. Flip's World. Okay. I'm gonna do this one a little bit different. Usually I do the sandwich critique where I talk about the positives and then I get into the things that I think are otherwise. I'm gonna start with the otherwise first. For a beat that is that hypnotic, for a beat that captures you so well, I'm still doing it. For a beat that captures your attention, that intro is doing way too much. To me, it's too much to absorb. It's too much to. It's like somebody running up to you and telling you, the cat fell out of stairs, and I went to the house, and then I went and got some chips and guacamole, and I'll never had guacamole. It's too much. It's like, shh. All right, just tell me what happened. It's that vibe I'm getting from that, right? I'm getting to tell me what happened. Just tell me what happened. That's the only critique I have, though. At first, I thought that I was going to be a stickler. What did you say? I don't know, Boomhauer. I feel like I sound like Boom. At first, I thought I was gonna be a stickler for that kick. That kick was very intrusive. That kick does not know personal space. The kick is like somebody with bad breath that talks really loud and refuses to talk the other way. They have to talk directly into your nostrils. That kick is very, 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 very intrusive. But I like it. Snare, snappy. It's crispy. What you did melodically on that switch up, though, A1. That was A1. I like that. What y'all got to say about this? FBI, open up. That's exactly. FBI open up type beat is exactly the area that sits in. That's exactly the vibes. That is the vibes. Feels X-Files science fiction thriller. I can definitely see that. He put 7 he put 7 sound good eyes on that kick. You know what's funny, Joshua? When folks say like what the other producer did, it kind of low key be exposing folks. You be doing that? Oh, my button don't work. Damn, I'm supposed to be some smoke right now. Whatever. You be using good eyes. It's okay. Don't be ashamed. We don't producer shame here. If you use good eyes, use good eyes. It ain't none of my damn business. It ain't my business who you love. If you love Good Eyes and Good Eyes will treat you well, that ain't my business. It seemed like y'all were also on the same page. Just got here. That beat was dope. Yo, this is hard. Hey, that kick is rough, but very nasty at the same time. We still talking about a kick, Keon? Freaky. Oh, you freaky. All right. I'm just playing, Keon. I'm just happy to see you. Avedon, you got something for us called Block Party. So I started this yesterday for my first beat of the year. I will be adding more to this. Okay, Block Party. Let's go. I thought that was Sean Paul at first. Oh, now you did something with this. What else you gotta add to this? Shit. What else you gotta add to this? Don't overthink this one, bro. Don't overthink this one at all. Yeah, don't overthink this one, Avedon. You said you want to add variations. You ain't got to add no variation. It's certain beats, fam. They just live in a space. I feel like we went to Jamaica right now. It's certain beats. What's up, Eugene? We're gonna stop talking about linking up and really link up this year, like this month. I'm gonna holler at you. There's certain beats I feel like that are existing in a space and they don't need much. There's a beat by a producer from the Jam Law Squad. This is one of my favorite beats. E. Jones has a beat called SLD, and there's not many switches in it, but it's a moment. It's a moment of music that just feels like keep it there. Don't do too much. Doing too much could take away from the purpose of the music. I think sometimes we overthink what the purpose of the music is. Yes, it's to make people excited. Yes, it's sometimes even there to impress our peers. But some music, if you plan on making, and my goal, I'm just going to make a weird goal that I'm never going to get to, 1 million beats. This has got to be one of them beats that's like, damn, this is a sleeper, or damn, this one is hard. Like, I want to play this over and over again. I think sometimes what I'm learning, at least from my own production, too much variation can take away from the replay value. It's like watching a movie with too many twists and turns. The first time, that shit is exciting. The fourth and fifth time, it's like, all right, this movie doing too much. And so I would say be very tasteful about the switch ups and variations, but that right there is a moment. It's a beautiful moment too. Repetition is key in music. That's catchy. I mean, don't fight it. Don't fight it. Sometimes we get in our own way. Simple is the key. Less is more. Everybody keeps echoing it. It's got to be something to it. It's got to be something. Now, I understand as a creative wanting to scratch, having an itch you want to scratch creatively and wanting to get to it. Sometimes you just got to do it. And what I've been doing lately is cloning an arrangement that I create in FL Studio, cloning the arrangement in the playlist, and then allowing myself the space to say, do what you wanted to do. And then compare and contrast it to the other arrangement, the original one, and see if it was really necessary. 9 times out of 10, it's not. 9 times out of 10, it's not. But cloning the arrangement is such a cheat code in FL. I love that. Because you don't have to leave the session to do that. Or have like 5 different versions of the beat. Beat 5, beat 6, beat 7, beat 8. You don't have to do that. Supremely important. Sound selection was good. Yeah. That one to me just stayed in a space. It was just, I love the fact that it seemed like you're mixing lo-fi and some dance hall energy together. And I just would have never thought of that mesh working together the way it did. And it did. It felt good. It's a great technique. Thank you. Oh, of course. Got it. I should have checked. Oh, you all good. You all good. You want to get more information about it? Yes, you can still submit. We're going to go up to 5 p.m. Pacific time. Maybe some FX for transitions is fire as is, but if you really want to going to do something, some texture sounds is all I could see. Yeah, I don't think it needs much. The bass structure for that beat is solid. That was a vibe. There it is. Shout out to you. Hey, yeah, I'm bringing that fire today. Oh, Michael Copeland. You know what? Here's what I'm going to start doing. Instead of saying I'm going to make a YouTube video about it, I'm going to just write it down. Just going to write this down. So we're going to do a FL Studio arrangements clone video. Boom. All right, that's done. Sweet. One more. We got one more here in the Discord, and then we're gonna get to our paid selections, and then we're gonna get to the folks that actually submitted on behalf of Kime, who kindly bought 4 slots. So shout out to that. All right, cool. So next one is Kintsugi. Yeah, I remember we talking other time on the Zoom call. So this one's called Synchronicity. Oh. I already like that chord progression. There's nothing that's like begging for attention. Flaw TV, patreon.com/Curtis King. It should be in the description. We would love to have you in there. Flaw TV, man, that would be super dope to have you in the Patreon. And if you got one, I'm going to for sure support that as well. This is hard. I love the fact that it's nothing begging for attention. Everything feels like it has its space. Like if all these instruments were part of a band, everybody is just playing their instruments. Nobody's trying to upstage anybody else. I'm not gonna lie to you. These are the type of beats that I listen to more so than any kind of other music that's out there. Like stuff that you find that is swingy, so it's not necessarily all the way lo-fi, but it's boom bap with like some of the soft melodic vibes of lo-fi. I listen to this all day long with my Pandora. Like there's not even a question. This is for some bars, yeah. You got to get into your early Joey Badass bag for that one. That not you in particular. I know you be barring up in your own way, but yeah, that was nice. That reverse sound effect kind of reminded me of. Are you tired of the commercials on Spotify? Like it gave me. I don't know why that the first thing that came up. Are you tired of the commercial? That was one. Two. For somebody like myself that nitpicks at drums, that's the easy thing for me to critique in this one. Like wanting to have the drums to smack harder. But like I said earlier, I listen to music like this all the time when I'm just trying to kind of set a mood in the room as I work on some tedious work. Stuff that is like super detail oriented, but I want my mind to be relaxed about going through it and not overwhelmed. I listen to that in the background. It'll be a Pandora station from After One, a Pandora station from Flying Lotus, a Pandora station from Jay Dilla. This is the songs that I listen to. This is something I don't want heavy drums on, because if it is, it takes away from what I feel like is the best purpose for this, which is background music for content creators. Right? You get with a website like Storyblocks, they'll allow you to submit your music and they'll pay you for it, for music like this that fits in the background so that somebody can talk over it. I see this being for YouTube tutorials. I can see somebody doing literally a light tutorial and having that music in the background and saying, okay, so this is the equipment that I use from Amazon and and if you like, that's it served its purpose. So to nitpick about details, I saw somebody had said something about the 808, and I kind of felt like that in the beginning, but the more I listened to it, I was like, nah, like, that's me. That's me thinking with my producer brain and want to change the bass. I think this is a better track. Okay, how do I put this? This track is as good as where you place it, and as strategic as you place it. You trying to send this off to a rapper that raps on nothing but like heavy trap beats? Of course, it's not going to be for them. But if you find a spot, content creation, sync opportunities, like I could even see this being how they have like a new MTV Cribs. I could see this being in the background for somebody who has like a really serene house setup. So yeah, I like that. I like that. I am not opposed to the softer drums. The bass needs to be changed out to me like a synth bass. Okay. Background music. Somebody stress relief music. Want to hear the ads? Yeah, that part. This is like the lo-fi girl gank move. The 808 would put her off, but really a good ambient thing. I like the space. I mean, we got to take chances. And sometimes those chances don't really sit well with us the first time we listen to it as producers. I'm all for taking chances, though. So, yo, shout out to you. Kensuke, shout out to you. I'm all for taking chances. You got to try it. You got to try it. Ain't no truer word spoken. That producer mind listening will mess up a good beat or where you could get a placement for it. Non-producer folks, yeah. Stay out your head. Get in your head, you're dead. That's the motto. All right, cool. So we got the Patreons, the Patreons. Now let's get to the first submission that we got for the paid ones. And then we're going to get to the kind ones in just a second. So I'm just doing it in the order that they came in. So, Jack Samuel, are you still in the building? Jack the Rapper. Jack the Rapper has a song called It's a Wonderful Life, unreleased instrumental. It's an instrumental. It has 4 verses, so only listen to 2 minutes and 2:30. Okay, cool. I like that as a disclaimer. And you gave us some links here to go ahead and check out. I will share those right now. So, this one is called It's a Wonderful Life, instrumental. Producer. Oh, where you going with it? This is interesting. I'm intrigued. Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack. Jack the Rapper. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna stop you here and I'm gonna let you know why I'm saying that. I don't want to talk over your beat. Jack the Rapper. This is sometimes where a shorter intro does you better justice. I don't think we recognize it as producers when we're making a beat. The longer your intro, the more anticipation you're building up. With anticipation comes responsibility. And when you drop that beat, we're expecting that the energy is going to all correlate. And I feel like those drums are very lo-fi-ish. They're very boom bap-ish. And I wouldn't care about that if I heard the beat go straight into that. But that climactic intro, that energy building intro, leaves room for disappointment. And those drums are quite disappointing, in my opinion. Those are quite disappointing. But let's see where it goes. You got textures in the back that are work. Like, the textures are on it. It's them drums. Like, I can tell you have the pattern ideas. You know where they should fit at. But the loudest thing in this mix should be the kick. The loudest thing in this beat should be the kick. And that kick is being really, really gentle. It's being really, really nice. This kick is apologizing for being gentle. It's apologizing for being aggressive. It feels very, very apologetic. I don't want to get too crazy. That kick is a gentleman. It's a perfect gentleman. See, I would feel so different about this if you started off with just and then went into these drums. I would not even care about that. I love the string arrangements. The choir in the background here and left to the pan. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The 1/3 time into the hi-hats. Love that. But them drums made me want to fight. The kick got manners. Oh, well-behaved kick. Eminem all the way. Please and pop and hippie dump. I don't even know how to rap on that one like Eminem. How Eminem? Have my teeth out, like a Marshall. Have I never eat them? That's all I knew. That's all. I can't even rap like I'm on that. That's crazy. That's wild. This boy, my son is looking for my iPhone. All right, yeah, we gotta stop it there. Okay, so that's. I think I said a lot. And I think you know where we're coming from. This is why I love doing Curtique My Beats. Forget what I'm talking about. It's a room full of people in here who all hear the same thing. And to me, this is the same thing that I went through when it was a lot less people, thank God. But I went through some very harsh criticism, and because of that, it made me a better producer. I keep looking for a dragon to crawl up from the bottom of the screen every time I see that small. What's up, Tyra? That bass could be brought down an octave or two. You know what's interesting about that, Hagnun? I think that you'll make those kind of decisions, but they're going to be driven by your decisions with the drums. When you put the right drums into a beat, even just the right kick, golly, you put just the right kick, it will change so many other decisions that you make afterwards. Because then when you're thinking about the bass, you're like, nah, the way that kick is hitting, a bass line does not suffice here. I need an 808 to bring out the low end that the kick doesn't have. But I feel like it's a domino effect. You make one decision that is not aligned with what you created melodically, drum-wise, everything else starts to kind of domino from there. So you put a soft kick, now you're like, the snare stands out too much. It's got to be soft too. Well, the kick and snare are kind of soft, so I got to make sure the hi-hats fit right there. So now you're mixing according to just these decisions you made after some great melodic decisions. That was a great melodic piece. I would have enjoyed that more without the drums at this point. And I'm not even trying to be a smartass. I'm just keeping it completely funky with you. Make them drums knock and make that bass slap. Nightmare, I thank you for that. I see you starting the new year off really positive too. You didn't come here talking about no slap bass. So I'm not even going to start with you. You're my brother and I love you. I'm not going to start with you. But the moment you say something about slap bass, nah, you did. Hold on. I'm just too stupid to see it. You did say something about it. You could not wait. We're the second day into 2023, and you already talking about a slap bass. Thank you for the super chat, but go home, Roger. You fooled the out of me. You fooled the hell out of me. I'm up here giving you props, not knowing like I'm looking like a damn fool. You slid that in there kind of slick. And you said making them drums knocking that bass slap. I didn't even see that. I gotta get my I gotta take some ginseng or something. You didn't have to say that, but thank you for the super chat. He paid money to say that. That is a different level. It's look. What you'll learn here is that, look, some folks got a different level of hate. It's not real hate, but it's like hate. They got a different level in here. Nightmare definitely got a different level. He will for sure pay some money to be like, damn, who fucked your hairline up, Curtis? Really? You paid to say that? You know, I'm not even mad at that. I'm actually inspired. All right, here's Jack the Rapper. Here's Jack the Rapper's information in case you want to link up. You feel me? That is Jack the Rapper's information. Super dope. Melodics. We got to get you some drums, though, man. Shout out to you, Nightmare. He said, look at. First he's sour, then he's sweet. In a good way, not a bad way. Happy New Year, Brother Curtis. Starting off this year with your advice and got that ergonomic chair and my back is in heaven. I'm telling you, I'm not going to sit up here and waste my time editing a video for 10 hours just because it got a affiliate link. I don't love no company that much. People crazy. People be like, bro, you just doing that because of the affiliate link. You think I'm going to spend 10 hours editing a video because of an affiliate link? I better believe in something if I'm going to spend that much time. That's all I'm saying. Let me turn this light off. I'm already overexposed as a mug. All right, cool. So we're going to go to the next one now after this light was about to take my eyebrows off. Lotus Black. Yeah, we back. Our bike, as you just said. Hey, rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. Rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. That was some very unfortunate news to come back to. The internet wise. Shout out, man. Not even shout out. Like respect and salute to the OG Gangsta Boo. That was very sad. Not to bring the mood down, but I wanted to make sure I said that when I got on here. I thought about it earlier today when I was in the gym. Gray Keys. Gray Keys, my brother Gray Keys. My brother Gray Keys. Gray Keys. Gray Keys. You have been a blessing and a friend and a good, just somebody, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's just consistently good energy. I just gotta bring the smoke just for that alone. Let's listen to what you got for us. You got this called Rico Cases. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know why that got me excited, but this thing say Rico Cases. This is gonna be something nasty. All right, Gray Keys, let's go. Ooh, we got a new tag in the building. We got a new tag in the building. Woo! 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 Oh my gosh. Somebody catching a real jazzy. That's a jazzy Rico case. You're going to jail and you going to jail and you going to jail. Rico. Who going to jail? Who going to jail? Rico. You going to jail. You going to jail. Rico. Hey, 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 hey. Who going to jail? Rico. Rico. That ain't funny, but it's funny. Jeez, that transition. Oh, you got me excited today. Ugh. Oh! What's wrong with you? Who made you this way? You going to jail and you going to jail. You going to jail. Rico. Somebody say Rico. Say Rico. The beat's called Rico K. That's why I'm saying that. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Where can I buy this? That's a great question. That's a great question. Where can I find the verse to rap on there with you? That's nuts. Like, what's wrong with you? Simon Savita, bro, Happy New Year, my friend. Happy New Year, my friend. Thank you for being an inspiration, bro. And for blessing me with a very beautiful verse on my project. Shout out to you, bro. Yo, you are going nuts. I can't even talk. I almost choked on my tongue. You going crazy. You were going to X Games mode. Shit. Yo, what was on your mind that day? What was on your mind? Great Keys, what was on your mind that day? What was on your mind that day? I wish you did a vlog that day. Rico Cases, apparently. That was on his mind, Rico Cases. That is not the music you expect to hear. When I heard the title Rico Cases, I was expecting like this nasty mafia, trapped out, crazy beat. This right here, like you bringing back the sexy in Rico Cases. That's wild. You're bringing back the sexy and Rico cases, and that should never be a thing. That should never be a thing. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Low-key Jimmy, what's the deal? That was beautiful. Damn near about to tear up. I'm about to tear up. And it's not, it ain't just because of the music. It's a lot of smoke in here right now. It's a whole lot of smoke in here. That was freaking beautiful. This is Gray Keys, by the way. If you want to link up with him, you want to see about getting music from him, hearing more music. That was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Gray Keys, that was phenomenal. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to open up a window or something in here. That's kind of smoky. Smoky. Okay. Turn this down a little bit. I'm gonna get light for some ish. I'm gonna make it look sexy. See, there you go. You back in rare form. That's how I know it's a new year. You back in rare form. All right, so beautiful. I really don't have anything negative to say about it. I don't. I'm searching. I don't have anything negative to say. And not even that it would be negative, but I don't have any constructive feedback. That is just beautiful. It just So there's okay, I do. I'm okay. This I gotta be a beat maker hater. There is one thing. I was so entranced by everything else that you did that there was something that I overlooked, and I usually wouldn't overlook it. You did something that was a contrast between two different snares. One snare was a trap snare with nothing on it. Another one had a snare that had like a boxy. It had a trap snare with a boxy snare over the top of it. I don't know if I like the mesh of those together. It kind of makes the sound flat. And that could easily be because they're both on the same grid, and maybe bringing one slightly earlier, or even taking the box snare or whatever instrument that is, a octave higher or a few keys higher may change the perception of when they come together. But when those two snares smack together, it kind of just feels like it flattens out the brightness of the snare. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing in every case. I just would use that very sparingly. So let me see if you can hear what I'm talking about now.
Unless there's something else I can
Girl, if you get out of my business. You always asking about something. Anybody talking to you? That. So it goes. Clean snare. Clean snare. When you leave that snare when you leave that snare by its lonely and only accent the snare for like every 4, maybe every 8 bars, the last snare on the last one, it does something special, right? It's a lot less. It stands out a lot less. That's my only critique. That's hella nitpicky though. That's it. That's it. The Rico instrumentation is everything. Yeah, the Rico. You got bars. Oh, somebody in here got bars. Oh, you got bars all of a sudden, huh? You got bars you want to bring in here, huh? What do you mean by that? I'm just playing. What do you mean by that? Drewski voice. Oh, Curtis, the whole instrumental was clean with no critiques. I gotta find something. It's the producer in me. I gotta find something. I had to search for that one though. You going to jail and you going to jail. My advice might have been the greatest, but when you read my comment and responded to it, you really made my night, Curtis. Oh, no worries. I appreciate you being here. Gray Keys. Let's go ahead and make sure we get some information. This is the Instagram of Gray Keys. And I'm going to tell you right now, not only should you follow Gray Keys on the socials, but Flawed TV said he heard it too. Not only should you follow him on the socials, but you should definitely tune in whenever he goes live. I'm telling you, like, every so once in a while, you're going to meet folks who have an energy. It's not heavy. It's just like they came here to do their music and they came here to send good energy to other people. He is one of those without a doubt, and I appreciate him for that. So, Gray Keys, ladies and gentlemen, that is Gray Keys. I don't know how much smoke this room could take. It made me want to form a criminal organization just so I have a reason to feel it. Oh, you back. You back. Lotus Black is back. Let me call you Lotus Back. Lotus is back. Lotus is back. Lotus is back. I don't know if that's gonna stick. All right, so the next one. Jaime Rios. I'm sorry, I didn't put your damn government out there. Man, what Roman numeral is this? 5? Is that 5? Which is that 14? It's 14, yeah, because it got the little thing in front of the thing. All right, cool. Hey, shout out to the super chat though. Law, happy new year to my family. Currently battling an illness, but they're Rico helping. Man, we wish you speedy recovery. We wish you full recovery, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully we're making time pass by a little bit more smoother. A little bit of entertainment ain't never hurt nobody. Yo, Pete, my boy's Christian trap song. Yeah, you read that right. Swift Crook, Move the Church. If you get a pass, we'll listen to it, but not because you paid it for here. We got a little system. We got a little system. And $10, yeah, that won't even get you to listen to one snare. We got a little system. We got a little system. All right, is that you, JD Productions? You got a few different names. So 14 Tech. That's your name, 14 Tech, right? And you blessed me with a Google Drive link. All right, let's listen to it. This one's called Snoopy. Speedy recovery. Make sure you send some positive energy to the homie Law. Ooh. Oh, nasty. What's wrong with you? Oh my gosh. What's good, Maurice? That sound like one of them stank face beats you be making. Oh my God. No, it's not that one. Lotus, it's not that one. That's just somebody who sent something in. I shouldn't have read it to begin with, but I just wanted to thank her for the super chat. It's not them. This is 14 Tech, JD Productions. How dare you rob a house? I don't know where this transition is going, but how dare you rob a house? How dare you rob a house and then glamorize like how freeing it made your life? Like you robbed a house, you got the money from it, and you was like, man, finally we not broke no more. Look at this beautiful view that we have financed through our criminal organization. That's the energy I'm getting from this. You just robbed a house with that first minute and 36 seconds, and now you want to enjoy the spoils of your stolen merchandise. Oh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? This man went and robbed a house. You went and robbed your former job. And you bought a Lambo and you pulled up to the front and you was like, remember y'all said I wasn't gonna make it? I'm here. I'm here. Be proud of me. Yeah, I robbed y'all to get this Lambo, but I made it. That's the energy I'm getting from this beat. I love it. I love it. So dysfunctional. How dare you be this talented? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you tickle the keys like that? How dare you start off here and then end here? Over here tickling the keys. That was sexy. That was crazy. Yo, shout out to you for that. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm going to tell you right now, 14 Tech, I'm going to tell you right now an idea that I have by listening to this. You should post your beats. I have an idea for you, specifically for you. For beats that you're now creating that have these contrasting transitions and flips, I want you to start thinking of these beats in 10-second to 15-second increments, right? I want you to try to figure out a way to give us the experience that we got in this 3 minutes, but cut it down into, or try to cut it down into 10 seconds. 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 15 seconds max. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Thank you so much, Tana, for that super chat. I'm going to answer your question in just a second. Cut it down to 15 seconds. Give us the first transition and give us the second transition. And then utilize this audio on Instagram Reels. Encourage people who come across your Instagram, if you have an Instagram, or TikTok, encourage them to use your audio to show them a before and an after. TikTok is flooded with folks who are looking for music that has a transition that allows you to be the soundtrack trailer, the trailer soundtrack to their lives. So somebody may have, been a certain amount of pounds and they lost all kind of weight before and after. You do a beat like you just did right here. Somebody can make content out of that. And the more we start thinking of that as producers in terms of content, the better off we'll be. The more we start thinking of our music in terms of content as it is now, and less in terms of, just making bangers, like still do what you do. But when you think about content like this, your music will spread like hot fire because people don't even have to, wildfire, because people don't have to even know who you are. They just recognize this beat is hard, and then it goes into something really pretty. That contrast can get you in a lot of places. Utilize that. That is a cheat code. For any producer that does transitions, utilize that. That is a cheat code. All right. Jason Stetson. Oh, you want to talk about the top G? You want to talk about the top G in here? You want to talk about the top G? You're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. You want to talk about the top G in here? You're in the wrong place, my friend. Shut up. Tana said, "What up, fam? Good to see you. You still rocking that Apogee Symphony desktop?" Yes, sir. I got it right here. That's my joint. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is definitely something that I'm glad I made that investment. And thank you for the super chat, fam. I'm telling you right now, if you can dominate audio, and I'm going to do a video about it. I already have it written down. Dominating audio grew my Instagram following by 50,000. Let's say more so 49,000 because I didn't get to 100,000 quite yet. I had 50,000 followers, and not to say it's about this, but it is getting your music to other people in other places, which in turn could increase your distribution or your streaming because you made the music available for the platforms that they can use it. But I grew my following by doing those videos that you guys saw all December where I'm just talking to you and I'm saying use this audio. It didn't translate well on YouTube. That's fine. I learned my lesson. But it did translate well on Instagram, and it grew my following by 49,000 to 50,000. We're almost right there. Audio is going to be the way that we are going to take over and dominate as content creators, especially if you're not doing talking head style videos. I'm telling you right now, use that. Use that. And I'll do tutorials about it, of course. We got all year, baby. We got all year. We got all year, top G's. We got all year. All right. The Flawed Father. Hey, shout out Flawed TV. Shout out Flawed TV. I just noticed about the. I've heard your music, and I just know it's about to be fire. So Flawed, you still in here? Hey, thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it, Top G.
I ain't supposed to be alive, but I'm thriving. Even though I'm flawed, I'm a diamond. Scars, but I'm shining. 100 on like all the assignments. I'm balling the call, it's your assignment. Stars are aligning. I ain't supposed to be alive, but I'm thriving. Even though I'm flawed, I'm a diamond. Stars, but I'm shining. 100 on like all the assignments. I'm balling the call, it's your assignment. Stars are aligning. I'm either chosen or blessed. I should honestly be comatose in a bed or a ghost, cause most of the people I know didn't get second tries. Niggas just overdosing or dead. Losing people I love the most is a trend. I done wrote too many RIP posts for a friend, so I cope by going hard as I go for a win. I don't lie, so niggas already know what it is. Getting grimy, I'm winning so that y'all are getting by me. Came a long way from sitting in cars with the siren, charged with a crime in my arms put behind me. Bars got refined behind bars of confinement. Niggas thinking they really smart, but they mindless. Walk around watching my own lumbar cause they spineless. Now you see my aura from Mars and it's blinding. My shit be coming straight from the heart, so it's timeless. I ain't supposed to be alive, but I'm thriving. Even though I'm flawed, I'm a diamond. Stars, but I'm shining. 100 on like all the assignments. I'm balling the call, it's your assignment. Stars are aligning. I ain't supposed to be alive, but I'm thriving. Even though I'm flawed, I'm a diamond. Scars, but I'm shining. 100 on like all the assignments.
Damn, I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. This is nuts.
Stars are aligning.
I told y'all. Flaw got that ish. Flaw got that. Oh my. Like, I've watched videos of yours. I've watched content. I've watched so much stuff from you, and it's just like, yo, Jake Asai, what's the deal, fam? Jake Asai, what's up, bro? We gotta catch up soon. Flaw, yo, beautiful execution, beautiful execution, Top G, beautiful execution, beautiful execution on that. Those are one of those moments where everything fit in its space. I'm gonna stress this year a lot about when you find the space that your music is supposed to exist in, not disrupting that. I've been a disruptor content-wise. Being a disruptor in music carries, you gotta be strategic about how you disrupt the music. Because there's certain things that are just human instinct, and we have, as humans, as a collective, no matter what genre of music we listen to, we have all unofficially said, this is good. This puts me in a good place. No matter what you listen to, there's some universal laws, right? This is one of those where it just, everything, it's like toast and butter, peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, everything meshes. Nothing feels out of place. It feels like everything was deliberate. It doesn't feel like, hey, bro, you know what would be really crazy? You don't have any of those sounds in there. 9 times out of 10, when somebody in a studio session says, you know what would be really crazy? Don't do it. Do it, but don't do it. Like, do it, because you got to experiment, but don't do it. You know what'd be really crazy? It's always somebody that don't never make music. It's always somebody that don't never make music be like, you know what'd be real crazy? You don't be real crazy if you shut up. That's crazy. That was a, come on now, the double entendre with the hook. So when we making music, bro, like, let's stop playing. Like, let's stop this. You feel me? Like, let's just stop this. Let's just knock it off, bro. You feel me? Like when we making music. I promise I was just being a smart ass, but yeah, let's I would love to work on something. That's well done. Well done, Top G. The mix is perfect. Lyrics are powerful and relevant. You speak very clearly, but still vibe. Love this. I just see nothing but fire emoji. Yo, he snapped. Yo, whoa, nah, there's fire. Look. The people have spoken. The people have spoken. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I told y'all. Flaw got it. I told y'all. Now y'all gotta go follow up. Make sure you go subscribe to Flawed TV. Has an amazing podcast you should absolutely go check out. All right, so okay, Top G's. Next one is iView. I promise I'm not like clowning him. I think, I like some of his content. iView says, "What's up, Curtis? Hope you and the fam had a good holiday. Hope the same for you. I have been working lately on improving my melody composition for my beats. The 2 links are for two of my recent uploads. As always, any feedback is welcome. I would especially be interested in any tips or suggestions in regards to improving the mix." So maybe you guys can help in this as well. iView wants to have critiques that are more so centered on the mix. So if you have some tips for the mix, this is the time to go ahead and put those into the chat. First beat is called On the Side. It's a Future type beat. We just getting started, Flaw. We just getting started. Wait till you come to the Patreon meetings. That's what we do here. Especially as independents. Ain't nobody else gonna up us except for us. Once again, this is iView. Where you at, iView? Where you at, iView? I want to tag iView. Where you at? I want to make sure that I put your comment up here. I heard that. What do you think is out of key? Why do you say meh? Why is it a meh for you? Better call Sully. Why is it a eh? There you go. iView. Now keep in mind, iView wants tips about the mixing. So let's go ahead and make sure that we give some critiques on the mix. I got it. Producer mind, I like that. Only thing I can't hear is the bass. Like the way he played the melody, they're overlapping. It's like they're fighting for space. I could see that for sure. Maybe a volume envelope could be used for production of instruments. I see what you're saying. Maybe EQing more of the piano. More brightness or more like low end for the piano, Keon? What you think? All right, so that was iView. Mix-wise, drums seem a little thin. There's some muddy frequencies that need to be cut. Okay, that can be cut. The melody needs a break. Yeah, that's 14. Look, that's the same thing I was saying about that's the same thing I was saying about the Pro Manhattan song, is that you gotta leave room for people to think, especially because we're only critiquing an instrumental. I actually have a suggestion. I've suggested this before to other artists or other producers. Take the same beat, find a song that is close to the BPM from Future. Like, find a song where the BPM is close as whatever this is that Future did. Find an acapella and put that acapella over the top of this beat. And then sit back and play it back 4 or 5 times. And just sit there and ask yourself, like, is this getting too monotonous? Is there things that I would do differently now that I have the inspiration of the vocals over the top of it? I think if you did that, you would make a lot of decisions that are not so repetitive. Mix wise, I think that my area of concern first, mix wise, is the drums. And the drums are knocking, but it feels like frequency, just speaking specifically to EQ and frequency. It feels like you're treating, it's like you put an EQ over the kick and a snare that is basically boosting the same area. It feels like you want the kick to thump on the low end of the EQ, like the parametric equalizer. Like, you want it to bump on the low end, but you also want the snare, the bottom end of the snare, the bass end of the snare to also knock. And I feel like with both of those doing that, because they're two very distinct sounds, the kick sounds good, the snare doesn't, because the snare sounds like boxy, and it sounds like it's just treated as if it's like a kick or an 808, and it creates mud, as people are talking about. I feel like because of where the drums are sitting at, it made you a little bit hesitant about how loud you made the melodic instruments that are in the background. I think that there's some complementary melodies and things that you got going on in the background that would work for smaller periods of the beat, not the whole beat. I think that that should have just been like the majority of this beat, and then figure out elements that support that. But it's like right now you got a band with 6 lead singers. Like a live band that you're at a show, and there's 6 lead singers. There's 6 drummers. And they're all playing something to kind of complement, but also kind of steal the show. And that's where the mix would be you would look at the mix in a different perspective if you weren't trying to make all of them stand out. Right? Those are my initial thoughts on it. But yeah, those are just some fresh ears to it. See what you mean. Drums were a little muddy. Tune back. Good for reference mixing too. Yeah, those high keys were tin-like. Need some warmth. I for sure see that scheme too. That's a great point. Drop some instruments and out. Okay. So thank you for the feedback. That kick overwhelming the bass. Yeah, that bass. If I didn't have headphones like this, I wouldn't have heard the bass. Like, someone was talking about they were on a cell phone and they couldn't hear the bass. That bass lives in a space where you gotta have subs to hear it. Not everybody is going around in their life with the sound systems that we have as producers. That's just not we don't have a normal experience of listening to music, right? We have a very enhanced experience because we need it as producers. We got to hear everything. Everybody don't have that. And if people are going to be listening to your music majority on cell phones, you got to figure out ways to get the higher frequencies and the mid frequencies that you're probably cutting off because you think it's all sub. You got to find a way to get some of that, the high-end meat pause of the 808. You got to figure out how to get more of that to shine through. And I think that will solve some of the issues you're trying to solve by overcompensating with all the alternating melodies, right? I forget who I learned that tip from as an engineer, but he was saying like a lot of producers immediately get rid of the higher frequencies in the 808, and they're like, "Yo, that's the way you do it. You got to cut it off." And it's like, no. Because you do that, you're missing out on when people play your music back on cell phones, they're not going to hear that. But if you listen to, like, I have a beat called Lemonhead. That joint is so mid-heavy on the 808 that I can hear that on a speaker, like an iPhone speaker, which has a little bit of bass. I can hear that still knocking. And that's shout out to Decap, who is, master when it comes to audio synthesis. This is where it's important to understand your sounds. But yeah, don't get rid of the high ends. The upper harmonics. Yes, great keys. Thank you for that one. And distortion and saturation. Yeah, distortion and saturation is literally putting an extra focus on the things that are more audible, which are the higher frequencies. When you think about distortion, the distortion that you're hearing feels like it's the low end, but it's really an exaggeration of the high end of that. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? In my brain, it made sense. Yeah, the mids are tricky. Purple Bell, I got to listen to that one, Keon. I don't remember if that one had a strong mid in the bass. I have to listen to it. You make me want to make music while it's almost 2 a.m. in my country. Hey, that's dope. That's what we here for. We producers. We creators. We supposed to make each other create. I did cut a lot of the higher frequencies out of the 808. That makes sense. But see, that's where, shout out to Lano. Lano's encouraging you, hey, make sure that you're using saturation, which really is just another word for color. It just adds color to your 808. It gives it more character. If you're using FL Studio, Blood Overdrive is another thing that kind of gives a saturation. The drum, the Knox plugin, Knock plugin by Decap does a great job of coloring your 808s. Use it. If you don't make any investments this year, get that plugin. It will give your 808s what you need on the higher frequencies, the higher harmonics. I haven't been to your channel in a while, but so pleased to see you doing your thing. Always be awesome to the ones that need motivation. God, I'm glad to have you back here. We Need Cougars Part 2. That's my favorite song from you. I don't know if I can make a song about the Cougars anymore because my wife younger than me. Like, I'll be lying. She'd be like, "Oh, you want a cougar? You must also want to sleep on the couch." I can't do that. I can't even do that. We'll see what I can do though. Distortion, saturation. I understand what you're saying. And listen to your mix on different speakers, like little crappy ones. I remember at one point, that's what Eminem did. And not to name drop and make it like they have all the answers, but Eminem, I think he learned it from Dre. But a friend of mine, I don't know how accurate this is, but he told me that Eminem used to own a Monte Carlo and he had stock sounds in it because he wanted to be able to sample it in that car, which for some people is like a hoopty, right? But that's what a lot of people had at the time. So he listened to it there. He listened to it on cheap headphones that you can get like from the Dollar Tree. He listened to it on all these devices that are the real experience of your listener. I think we take that for granted. Like our listeners don't have the equipment we have. And of course, they're going to experience music in a different way if we don't take care of the sonics or the frequencies that they hear. I think it's so important. So don't ignore that. You want to make sure you're in their world as well. The SBC compressor for Plugin Alliance is great on drums. Dope. AirPod check, iPhone check, MacBook check. Why you only using Apple devices? What about PC check, Lano? Huh? All right, we got a second beat. We got a second beat called Had to Fight. Once again, this is our friend. Give me my mouse back. iView. Siri fanatic. No, for real though. That's exactly what's happening. I think that's the one by Slate Digital, right? Good process. Okay. I think I get the general premise of this one. All right, so first and foremost, iView, let's go ahead and share your YouTube channel. And shout out to iView and everybody else that's putting their music out here for folks to criticize, to critique. It's not easy being in that chair. I know what that feels like to be in that chair. So you being open to the critiques shows you want to improve in whatever way that you can, right? So salute to you, first and foremost. It's not an easy chair to be in, especially when it's not all positive, right? All right, so let's get to it. So this winding synth, first and foremost, the winding synth, I don't think it's necessary. I think that, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna jump out the window on this one. Do you add a lot of instruments because you find yourself at times a little bit insecure about how full your beats feel? Who the hell am I, Dr. Phil? Dr. Phil head ass. Do you sometimes use too many instruments to overcompensate for the fullness of your beats? Dr. Phil head ass. Do you? It's a human thing. It's a human thing. Too much. I can hear that, and I think that comes with experience. Those who have experience in here, you hear that. It's a human place to be. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, dog. All of us suck at something. All of us are trash at some area of production. And I'm not saying that's trash. I'm just saying that that's the reality of it. So don't take any of these critiques to heart, anybody in here. But that being said, I can hear it. I can hear where you have a lot of drum sounds that cut through the mix. They sound good by themselves, though. It sounds like they were mixed in different rooms. It sounds like the piano was mixed in one room. It feels like the kick was mixed in another place. And I think part of our job when it comes to mixing as producers is taking away, how can I put this? Part of our job as producers when we're mixing is to make it seem like all of these instruments were made in the same room. Even though we know we're taking a kick from this producer from North Dakota. We're taking a snare from this decap pack. We're taking these hi-hats from this Metro Boomin. Like, we know they come from different places, but part of our mixing duty and responsibility is to make it feel like a cohesive bunch. This is why it's important to do drum buses, right? Where you take a multiple drum instruments, all your drums, and then you bus it to a particular channel, and then you add an effect over the entire bus. It just glues them together, like a compressor would be dope for that. It just makes it sound like they sonically belong together. Sometimes a kick is nice, but if you leave too much of the tail end, we can hear the reverb that came from the original producer who sound designed that. And that takes away from our experience in listening to the music for the first time. I hear it and I'm like, that's a hard kick. You chose that kick, it didn't really do too much to it. You chose that snare, didn't really do too much to it because there were good sounds individually. Gotta find a healthy marriage between the sounds. And sometimes that is more important than going crazy on the EQs and the compression if you don't quite understand that level of mixing yet. It's important to just make sure that they all sound like they live in the same space. But if you got this kick with this heavy cathedral reverb and you didn't add it and it wasn't on purpose and it doesn't fit the theme of the music, the listener's going to pick up on that even if they're not as producer head ass as we are. I just think that it's hard to you can't think your way through this. I can't critique you to it. I can only plant the seed so that one day you'll go through all of these sounds and be like, that's what he was talking about. That's exactly what he was talking about. I hear it now. This is why sometimes it pays to find a pack that you really, really enjoy and use multiple sounds within that pack. Kick, snare, hi-hat, 808. I know we want to take the best of the best from everything else, but sometimes it pays for that because it makes your job easier of making it sound like it's more harmonious, right? Like it belongs in the same place because they were probably sound designed using the same type of chains and the same type of EQing. because it's the same sound designer. So just something to give thoughts to. Something to give thoughts to. Don't want to take that away. I think that as the beat is arranged, I like the arrangement on this one a lot better than the one before because it felt like you did give some space for this beat to breathe and for us to catch up with the idea. You did storytelling. That's also another responsibility of every producer in here. I don't care what kind of beats you make. Part of your responsibility is storytelling. And I think this one told a more, I can understand the story. There's a beginning that eases itself in, and then there's a climax, and then there's a return back to the verses, right? I can hear the story in this. That's crucial. But iView, shout out to you. It ain't easy. I know it ain't easy taking all of these critiques, but hopefully you're able to get this. Hopefully you're able to get these and do something with it because you're there. You're there. You're a lot closer than it may feel like listening to all these critiques. You're a lot closer, and we're only giving all these critiques because we know what it could be, right? So that is that. All right, cool. Let's do this now. Let's do this now. So the first 4 people that came into here were because of our friend Kime. So let's go ahead and listen to these first 4 ones. I got Clem, I got Lano, Chad, and Joseph. Those are the first 4. Those are the ones. So this one's Clem, and this one is Clem Waves Music, and we're almost out of here. So let's go ahead and listen to these joints. Kime, shout out to you once again. I appreciate you, Lano. Facts. Oh, this is energy. This is good energy. I like this one. Hey. Yo, shout out Clem, 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 shout out Clem. Fire. Fire, 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 fire. Yo, this is a trance. You labeled this genre, or you put this in a subgenre of wave. Spot on, spot on. You know your music, you know your energy. Perfect. What you did with the instruments melodically, you took us somewhere. You took us somewhere and you kept us there. It was a trance. I was in a trance. Listen to this. I had smoke going. You feel me? It was crazy. I had smoke going. It was crazy. What took me out of that trance, though, this is me nitpicking, and I understand it is. What took me out of the trance, though, was that snare that you chose. And I feel like doing something very minor, like adding reverb over the top of the snare, or cutting off the high end of the snare, would keep us in that trance. Let me see if you hear what I'm hearing.
Shopify presents cool sheets from aha
If you don't.
to
I suffered from the wrong kind of hot in bed, heat-induced insomnia. That was my aha moment. Bed sheets that keep you cool. Then I thought, how do I even sell bed sheets? That's
Now you
when
see
I had
why
the
I can't
idea
stand
that made it all
Spotify. I can't
possible.
stand no
Signing up
SoundCloud. They're
on
getting a free
Shopify.
commercial off on
This
this.
is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Sign
And I
up
ain't
for a
paying
free
for no.
trial
I
at
ain't paying for no SoundCloud. I ain't already did that. Y'all done got all the money you gonna give for me, and I'm gonna talk all the way over your ads. I don't even care. Anyways, I was back to the snare. That snare feels like it's dominating a space it doesn't need to. Right? It feels like it's asking for attention, and I feel like the star of the show of this beat is what you're doing with the synthesizers. That's the star of the show. The drum should just be supporting that to keep us in that trance. For that starlight, you call it the starlight, to create that ambiance as someone mentioned before. I think you got to keep us there. And for some reason, that snare is like taking me out of that trance. I feel like if you close your eyes and you sit back and listen to this at 3 a.m., it's going to be the one thing that feels like which one of these things are not like the other. That's what I'm getting from that. But that's my initial thoughts on it. Ladies and gentlemen, forget what I'm talking about. What y'all think? The relationship is ended, and this is what you hear when they broke up. This remind me, my wife be watching this show called Gossip Girl. It remind me of like something that'll play on Gossip Girls. I don't be watching it. I'll just be getting food and I'll be on the TV. I don't even be watching. I don't be watching no Gossip Girls. I'll just be in the kitchen. I'll be getting food, doing manly stuff, and she be watching Gossip Girl. I'll be like, I don't be watching that. I'll be cutting lumber. Man stuff. I'll be cutting lumber. Top G. I'll be cutting lumber. What we talking about? Gossip Girl is fired. Hey, Javin, look. On this Gossip Girl, something that came through to the text messages. She be listening to that. This remind me of something that would play like on you know what I'm saying? I don't want to start naming characters because then I'm gonna be telling on myself. I've been watching Willow. Damn, she really making you watch Gossip Girls. That's why. Ain't nobody making me do nothing, Lotus. All right? Back to the beat, though, okay? Look. Is that sparkling? Yes, it is sparkling liquid death. My Instacarter laughed at me. She said, hey, I'm almost finished here with your purchase. Last thing I got for you was your liquid death. I was like, you got a weird sense of humor, but I get it. This is the link for Starlight. What do you guys think of this? That snare is more of a perk. The right FX will make it work, though. I don't think it necessarily needs to be changed. I just think it needs to change its relationship with the rest of the beat. Yeah, that ad had me hot. I'm tripping how much smoke you still got left in there. I can't do this every stream. Super dope, man. Glad I could be here. Wish y'all a great time. You have a good one as well. I can hear Cuddy humming. Yep, that's a Cuddy hum type beat. Cuddy hum type beat for sure. Gossip Girls type beat was not on my bingo card. You leave me alone. Only Lotus Black can do that. All right, sweet. So shout out to you. Super dope. I just shared the link. Let's go to the next person up. Next one up. Lano, my guy. Spotify. Are you gonna make me go to Spotify for this one? I for sure didn't pay to get the ads off, so I got high hopes. We gonna see. All right, hopefully this plays. Let's see. It's called how I pronounce that? Cause I'm gonna butcher it. Otaki. I'm pretty sure you're gonna say it in a song. I'm gonna just wait for you to say it. This is Lano. I'm gonna just wait for you to say it in a song. Next Monday we're doing the next one. So I do this next Monday. We do it every Monday. What's good, junglers?
You're riding or dying, you even trying, you're loving me, you cannot rewrite
Got it.
You try to hide it,
This is Lano. Not on the, he on the second verse, yeah.
We walking in soul, together we roll, you to get key, okay.
You're riding or dying, you even trying, you loving me, it's okay. You cannot rewrite it, you try to hide it, you like me, remember this. We cannot be friends, what would they say? I know remedy. We walking in soul, together we roll. In the clouds we are.
Oh, I like that hook. I got you, fam. I do that this week, all right? I got you, fam. You write that down. This is Leno.
You're riding or dying, you even trying, you loving me, it's okay. You cannot rewrite it, you try to hide it, you like me, remember this. We cannot be friends, what would they say? I know remedy. We walking in soul, together we roll, they asking where we live.
I like this, bro. This is for sure that. Join the vibe so far. Nice. Hey. Ron West. Am I on Instagram? Nah. Not right now. I have an Instagram account, but I'm not on there probably for, I don't know. It's going to be a second. But I'll be here on YouTube for sure. The name of the song? How do I pronounce that? Spell it phonetically for me.
사랑해, 좋아해.
I love it. Energy's right. That's another one of those don't you, I wish, no, the devil is a lie. That's another one of, like, you guys today have created, this is always a theme. There's always a theme that I hear for every single live stream that we have where it's a critique. I don't know how y'all do it. Maybe it's just the fact that we're all kindred spirits in some kind of way. But the theme of today was building building harmony between your sounds. And you executed so well on that. You did. Everything blended well together. However, I think that sometimes that can be a double-edged sword. I think sometimes it could blend so well together that nothing stands out and nothing therefore is memorable. Unless you're banking on the vibe being so strong that it brings somebody back. But it feels like right now, the elements are so cohesive that nothing really pops out at you. Like, everything is just like, it's good. Sounds good. You're floating on a beat. Somebody said earlier, you were sliding, like you sliding all through it's everybody feels like they belong on that song. The instruments seem like they fit pretty good within the mix. The piano had times where it was poking up a little bit too loud, in my opinion. But I think that with more songs, and I know that you've been on your artistry for a second, I think with more songs, you'll figure out how to create more presence. It's not about being louder. It's not about, finding stronger vocals. It's all about a level of confidence and being able to convey that through your verses, through your songs, through your hooks. Right now, it sounds like a vibe, and it sounds like a safe vibe. But sometimes safe can shoot you in the foot, because it'll be like, that was pretty dope. But you got to think about how many listeners listen to a pretty good song every day that they forget about. How many listeners listen to a song that just pretty just good that they forget about? How many did you listen to today? Right? You might have been like on a playlist or something, listen to music. How many times you listen and it was like, yeah, that's cool, but you never listen to it again? I think that with time, you're going to find out signature things that you can do or not do. Sometimes it's not even a matter of adding new things. Sometimes it's a matter of being like, all right, I was in a pocket for these 4 bars. I need to leave a little bit of a break. I need to switch up how I'm saying it. I need to switch up the rhythm and how the cadence and how I'm doing it for this part. This needs to be more stacked. This needs to be a time where I don't say words. I just harmonize through this 4 bars to give the listener a little bit of time to catch up with the things that they just heard for the first time. I just think it takes time, and it's something that I'm still learning from today. All right, Unique from 99 Doors, so good to see you here, friend. Hey, my YouTube page sucks. Haven't been on it in a while. I don't know the science of it. I hang out on TikTok and Instagram, but I need to get my YouTube right. I like this community. Ron West, we welcome you here. It's like you need that part of the instruments or vocals where it's catchy to people's ears. Yeah, I think that if you're going to not make something that stands out, chorus. Like the chorus is a place where if it's just a vibe and it's floating, you can kind of get away with a lot if it's catchy. But vice versa. If you have a catchy hook, it gives you a little bit of flexibility with the verses. But if you go too heavy on one of them, it puts a magnifying glass on the other one. So if you're going to do something that's just floaty and it's just catchy, don't be afraid to step out of the expected on the verses to complement it and make it memorable. That's why I'm a big supporter of not deleting every one of your errors. Because in one of those errors, you're going to do something that otherwise you creatively wouldn't have thought of to do consciously or to do on purpose. Leave the mistakes, make the mistakes, and then run it from there. So I don't think Young Beans didn't bring anything today, but hopefully we see Young Beans soon. If you go too heavy on the verses, then your hooks may not be catchy. There's a lot of folks, a lot of lyricists who fall into that for sure. Ron West, I appreciate that. I'm going to talk to you at the end of this. We got 2 more people, but I want to kind of help you understand a little bit about the journey of my channel, where I've been the last year. And I know my channel has gone through a lot of different transitions, and I know that, you know, some of y'all like, man, when the skit's coming back and da-da-da-da. And it's like, look, I hear you, but I'll talk about that in a second. For those of you that hang out, we're going to be here. We're going to be in just a second. Chad, you are the next one up, the third or the fourth. So Chad has a beat called Inside, or a song. What is it called? Inside? All right, this is Chad. Chad, you still with us? Lano, I'm going to share this right now. Thank you so much, bro, for coming through. Ooh. Wait. Hold on. Wait, Lano, I had one more thing for you. Lano, one more thing. Before I forget this. You, because of your stylistically, your voice, look into Jersey Club Beats. You should really start, in my opinion, experimenting with Jersey Club Beats. I think it'll make you want to change the way that you're writing and even harmonizing over the beats. I think it'd be a good challenge for you if you don't already have that. Jersey Club, check that out. For sure, check that out, bro. I think that's a good lane for you to test out. All right, my bad, Chad. I for sure want to make some Jersey Club this year. I freaking love that genre. This is Drake all the way. For sure. And look, Cut 'em Moors. What's up, fam? This is for sure. Drinking Panini, from the Honda. I met her in name for the offensive leaving. Her name was Grace. See her face in my memories, but I bank it lost. I hank it out. Did I take him out? And I hank it lost. And the money dies. When the money climbs, then the money shines. And you know I had to hit that black. And you know I had to hit that black. I'm Drake and I'm light skinned. I'm Drake and I'm light. I'm Drizzy and I'm light skinned. That's why I sing like this. I'm Drizzy and I'm high. Keep it going, 40. Hear that. Keep it going, 40. Drinking Panini off of the Mina Neelys. I just stopped at the strip club. That's what you call love. I let you drive my whip again. Do we even crash my whip again? Is that why I call it whip appeal? I don't know, but I'ma write you later. XOXO OVO. I'm singing like what? That is the greatest reaction ever. What? That's what I'll be saying when I be listening to Drake. Sometimes I'll be like, why is this so random? He'll be talking like Drake will sit up here. Drake will sit here and talk about a rare wine that he had when he visited Houston on a layover because his private jet had a bad engine. And then he'd be like, my private jet had a bad engine. They kind of remind me of Monica, though. Yeah. What does Monica have to do with the private engine? And then he'll come up with a crazy metaphor and make you forget, like, he switched topics completely. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, and I only drink wine if it's spritzer. What? You know I keep a shell on me like I'm Splinter. What? Does that have to do with anything, Drake? It fits. It fits. It's an endless loop of music that is, once again, in my opinion, playing it safe. I like how smacking those drums came in. It has a very deliberate emotion. You know exactly what it inspires. That's why that Drake imitation came so easy. To me, that's always a good sign when you're able to do that. It's easy to find melodies over the top of it, but I do wonder if you would use the same intensity with those drums if you actually had a vocalist over the top of it. I do wonder why you got to fight with me at Cheesecake. You know I love to go there. Does that not sound like a real bar? He said does not sound like a real bar at all. It's what he does. He does that. And he gets away with it because he makes it sound good. Yeah. I was eating potato chips the other day. Yeah. But I still ain't got a oil change. What? Wait. Last night I got a flat tire. Damn. And it kind of remind me of Mariah. Yeah. Me and her used to have a riot. Talking with her mama over grapes and strawberries. Yeah. My favorite baseball player was Dale Strawberry. Yeah. But I know it ain't the same almost. Like I feel like when he runs out of stuff to rap, he just starts singing. I wish I could get away with that. I wish I could say a bunch of stuff that confuse you and make you say, I don't know. And I'll be like, but I swear it ain't the same, no. And you be like, dang, bro, you was getting off. Oh, you didn't even see that I lost my place, huh? He does that. He does that so well, and it pisses me off so well. Chad, thank you for sharing this. This is the last one of the day. This is Theo Joseph from France. You go by Thematic Floor 90 beats per. I'm just reading off all your information. I'm like I'm like Ron Burgundy today. I read everything that comes across a teleprompter.
That's fucking thematic.
I'm gonna start doing that in conversations. Thematic, are you here? We almost out of here today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here. I did not expect that direction. I did not expect that direction based upon what you had. It's a lot of styles going on in here. It's a lot of styles going on in this one beat. Who is Spy Jazz? Yeah, help me understand this. This might be a little bit out of my genre palette. If this is something, because I know you say you're from France. If this is something that is regional, help me to understand it. So I want you to listen. I want you to hear me out. I'm gonna play the beat. I'm gonna play the beat again. A few seconds of it. If every instrument in this beat was an article of clothing, would you wear it all together? That's a question I ask as I listen to that 70s funky schwanky guitar. You know you older when you start saying funky. I hear the boom bap snare. I hear the haunting and chanting vocalist in the background. I think I've used that vocal actually. It's from the Contact Library. I think I listened to that from. It's a lot. It's a jazz funk. It's a lot of things going on. Sounds like Bond type lounge. Let me listen to it one more time. It's a hard one for me to. I like this intro a lot. I'll tell you that right now.
That's back in the matic.
I would have loved to hear this as a trap beat. I'm not even gonna hold you. Minus the guitar. I would have saved the guitar for an outro. I think this one is also another one that is victim of the longer the intro, the more emphasis it puts on the drop. Why did you stop? That is so odd. The longer the intro, the more emphasis it puts on the drop. It takes us 40, how many seconds? 43 seconds. I don't know if it's a stylistic thing, but yeah, that it just feels like a lot of polar worlds trying to find their life together. But here's the tricky thing. Every one of those instruments by themselves sounds special enough to want to mess around with. They work as singular instruments. All together, I don't know if that's a stylistic thing or if it's like something that's like an emerging sound. So I don't want to like completely throw it out the window. But there's a lot of instruments, like for instance, that sub bass that sounds like almost like a grime type of bass with the higher frequency synthesizer sound plus the vocals. I think that would sound good in certain pockets, not all the way through. I listen to this one, I think about Kendrick Lamar's song, I love when you count me out, I love when you count me out, I love when you count me out. And how when the chorus comes in, you get that nasty bass line that comes along with it, right? It makes it more special. But I feel like coming into this beat with boom bap drums is a bit of a disappointment when I listen to that very cinematic build up intro, even with the hi-hats that you had that are like really building up the anticipation. When it drops, it's like you ever talk to somebody, weird example, you ever talk to somebody who is such a great storyteller, but then when you sit back and you actually think about the story they told, it wasn't really that impressive. That's what I felt like. Like I felt like you pumped it up because of that intro, and then when it dropped, it was like, oh, you could have told me that a little bit sooner. I didn't have to wait 45 seconds to get to that. You just dropped that. Just tell me that's the beat. Show me that's the beat. But that's my initial hearing about it. Like I said, I would have hated to be the first person to hear UK drill, and been like, oh man, the drums sound off, because now that's literally the sound of the sounds now, right? It's supposed to be like that. So I don't want to stop somebody from going into that direction, but I can tell you just as a listener, it's not really something that sits well with me on there, right? I think there's a lot of great individual instruments that by themselves could create great moments. That intro all together, I love what you did with that. I think there's a part of the vocal where it kind of falls out of key, but I think you did a great job of surrounding it by elements that take the focus off of that. It's only because I'm sitting here nitpicking. Who in here like UK drill? I mean, just drill in general, fam. Like, just drill in general. Because I know it's going through a lot of different subgenres. Remember something you might have said last, like you're mentioning that the intro of our beats is crucial to find listeners because we lose a listener after 10 to 20 seconds. If you could see your retention, Malia, you're good, fam, you're good. You didn't know. It's all good. You're good. You're welcome here. Thank you for being here. Next week we can get to it if you want to get a pass. What are you saying? I wish we can get, well, I shouldn't say wish. We can get them on certain platforms like Spotify lets you do that. But if you looked at the retention for your music and saw how quickly people jumped off, I know Bandcamp for sure has that, where you can see where people stop listening to your music. You'd be you would find a lot about yourself. You'd find out a lot about yourself. And I know a lot of folks would be like, well, this is my music and I'm making it as an expression of what I want. But every time you release your music, you're releasing it to an audience that you're hoping to attract that has a very similar palette. And there's things that we do that don't tell congruent stories with what we are. It's almost like getting clickbaited, where you'll see a thumbnail and a title and you'll think it's one thing, and then like you watch the video and it's a vlog and somebody's like, yeah, I'm just getting, like, you saw the thumbnail. Thumbnail said how to slide 808s in FL Studio 21. And you're like, cool, I'm finna watch this. 15 minutes? All right, never mind. Maybe you got some really good tips. Then you watch the video and the first 5 seconds is like, man, so school's been kicking my butt and it's crazy. Like, that's what I feel like is going on. You're not getting to the point. And I think a lot of us have to see that so that we're able to see what the retention is looking like. So we'll get to the point and just get straight to it. Or Rick Rolled. Yeah, that's another one. By the way, you got to watch the video on, if you guys know Rick Rolled and you like that, you got to watch, Vice did a really good video about how that song was popular when it first came out. He stopped making music. And then because somebody turned it into a meme, he had a resurgence in his career. And it's a really dope story. I love that so much. People should not make music for love and not for fame or money, no matter what. This way you'll have real fans, even if it's not many. I feel you. You shouldn't do it strictly just for the music, but you shouldn't do your music strictly for the money. But I feel you, and you entitled to your own opinion. I don't want to sit up here and change you, but we got to eat. It is your moral obligation to take care of your finances, to financially support this art form that you're giving so much of your time. It is your moral obligation to do what is in your world more moral. It is congruent with your character. It is your responsibility. In addition to doing what you love and doing the music because you love the music, that is it's so important, but it is your responsibility to also figure out how to monetize that. Doing it for the love, doing it just for the love is an irresponsible place to be in when it costs money to go buy the equipment that you're buying, especially if you're taking away from time that you could be with family or people who care about you. If you're in a relationship and you're not giving that time to the person you're with, you better be doing something that justifies that time away. That's my growing, mature opinion about it. You're entitled to whatever, but it is your moral obligation. You must figure it out. That's why on this channel, that's one thing that does need to shift, is I need to showcase more ways for you guys to generate income. Entertainment is dope. I'm going to make sure I continue to entertain you guys because that does bring value to your life. But with the recession coming, with all these different things that are shifting in our world, it is important that you have the means and that you're able to see all the options available to you as a DIYer, is what I call it, a do-it-yourselfer. It's important. That's why I have my Patreon. That's why I put so much into the content that I do, because I want you to see what's possible. And not saying that you need me to be the one to do it, but I love being a vehicle that does that, that shows you what's possible. When we had a project, we've had multiple projects now. I've had multiple projects that went number 4 on the iTunes hip hop charts. You know what that means? It means nothing. It means nothing. I had an album, DIY 2, last year. It went number 1. It means nothing. I am nobody. In the grand scheme of things, I am nothing. I am nobody. And that means I'm capable of doing anything. And I want to make sure that that is the message. I don't need you guys to come in here and tell me how great I am or how trash I am. I look at it on the same equal playing field. I have empathy for both sides. Right? I can't get too caught up on the positive, because then that puts a hyper focus when it's not positive and when it's negative. So keep me here. Keep me stoic. Keep me right here. Have an appreciation that even the people who are not necessarily rocking with my music, the fact that you cared enough to say something bad about it, it means something. And I'm grateful for that. The fact that you're going through something so bad that you got to criticize a complete stranger and call them all kind of crazy stuff, I have empathy for that, because you got to be in a bad place for that to happen. Because I don't give the energy out. Well, I try not to put the energy out. So moving forward, that's kind of how my perspective on it is continuing to evolve, but that's kind of how I'm at with it. So that's why I appreciate you guys being open to it. But as DIYers, as independent artists, as independent music producers, I want us to see what is possible. As I upgrade this camera equipment, as I start to shoot what sometimes people are like, damn, these look like movies. That's the goal. Because if we see it's possible to do it where we're at, we'll stop looking so googly-eyed at people in the other industry, the other ecosystem. We'll stop looking at them like they're the only ones that have the answer. We'll stop looking at them like they're the only thing that matters. No, your story matters. I know it sounds corny, but your story matters. And I want to make sure that there's a community here of DIYers, do-it-yourselfers, who figure it out. Look, if I don't got no cameraman, I'll be my own cameraman. I got no editor, I'll be my own editor. I'm here because I need to be. I need help, and this is what we're here to do. And that is the mascot. That is the mascot. It fills my life up so much to know that I'm gonna be in a position to tell stories of folks that are not just like it. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not just getting on anybody in here, but when I looked at my analytics on YouTube and I saw the majority of my audience was like tuned in to industry producers and what they're doing. I'm not mad at you. I'm not like that. You like what you like. But I am encouraged to see so many of you who are interested in hearing about your peers, because those stories are a lot more real and a lot more attainable, right? They're a lot closer proximity wise than what you see on TV. What's on TV is meant to look like what's on TV. It's meant to look a certain way. And more power to them. They do what they do in that ecosystem. In this ecosystem, we have more tools. We have better tools than we've ever had before. And the flexibility and ability to share them with more people than we've ever had access to through devices like this one right here. So it is my responsibility to make sure that I don't shortcut it, whether it's a live stream, whether it's a video, whether it's a short. I do not shortcut it. Got to make sure we are all examples of what's possible. Because when people see like, damn, somebody like a low-key Jimmy, who's somebody who's done album streams in here, because we do that as well. If you have a new album or beat tape, we will stream the entire thing if you get one of those passes. And we'll interview you as well. When he came in here and you're listening to the music that he produced himself, recorded himself, mixed himself, wrote himself, it makes you say like, damn, I really need to step it up. And not just because of somebody else who was the most popular. We don't need to be comparing ourselves to the Drakes and the those folks of that world. We should be comparing ourselves to the things that we can create within our own ecosystem. The other one is a big distraction. It's entertaining, but entertainment in general is a distraction. So I just want to continue to be a beacon of what's possible, a light of what's possible, and I want to highlight not just myself, but your stories and the things that you do that really show what's possible. That's it. That's it. Nothing too deep. So I greatly appreciate y'all being here. I greatly appreciate every single one of y'all. We're going to turn up this DIY energy all the way this year. You got your own frequency. Stop trying to resonate on theirs. Yes. And I think that we're getting to that place. You know, there's a place and time where the philosophers, like the ones that we look to, like the Platos and the philosophers that we're quoting, like the Marcus Aurelius, like there was a time where these philosophers were amongst the people. They weren't TMZ celebrities. They were of the people. Like you could talk to one of the greatest philosophers walking side by side with them because they were of the people. And I feel like we're returning back to that as creative. Nikola Tesla, yes, we're returning back to that, where the philosophers, not even just the philosophers, but where Plato, Socrates talk about it, Aristotle, like those folks that we look to as like, damn, these are like some of the greatest minds of all time. They walked amongst the people. They weren't on some pedestal and like, oh, I'm an ultra celebrity and I'm unreachable and you need to aspire to be like me. So I think that we're in a place now where we can be that as artists, because we don't have to worry about somebody being in our pockets. African riots. We don't have to worry about somebody being in our pockets or in our ears or having financial control over what we share and what we do. We can just share it on our own platform. Industry didn't want me. I talk too much. Industry didn't want me. I wanted to make the music that I wanted to make, and I did not want to do it according to their formula. They didn't want me. They didn't want me. Even the placements. They don't want my beats. My beats got too much going on. But instead of changing who I am to fit someone else's model, I chose to evolve at my own pace in my own way and find the tribe out there that also relates to that. That just so happens to be so many of you. Not all of you, but so many of you who like the music that I create. That's it. That's it. It's so much more exciting here. And it's my goal to not even convince, but to continue to highlight folks that help you to understand we're really the most interesting thing happening in music. Don't let the magazines fool you. Don't let the tabloids fool you. We are the most interesting thing going on. That's why those artists that are looked at as the elites continue to take from our community. Because we're the ones that really have something interesting going on. We still care about the art. We're still trying things. We're not, like I said, we don't have people with hands in our pockets telling them what we can or can't do. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. And if you need a little help, come to CurtisKing.com or Patreon. Just go to CurtisKing.com. It'll lead you to everything else. But I really feel like we're the most, we're the Dos Equis of music. We're the most interesting man in the world, the most interesting characters in the world. Also, can I give you one more invitation before we get out of here? Because I don't want to make this too extended. I want to make sure we got some replay value for these live streams. Can you do me one favor? And in turn, I'll have a gift for you. Let me get this really quick. I want to make sure I don't switch this off. Let's get this off of here. All right, let's do this. So, CurtisKing.com, my website right now is very plain. It's very plain because I need to get to the point. And what I want to share with you is I have a newsletter. This is not a newsletter. I'm going to be just sending you a bunch of just random tips and tricks just so I can sell you and put you in a funnel. This is a newsletter I really want to take my time with. It's my first official Curtis King newsletter that is built around the YouTube brand. And I want to make sure you're getting emails about things that you're actually interested in. So go to CurtisKing.com and do me a favor and join the email list. If you do that, I have a free drum kit that has some of my favorite sounds from every pack that I've ever created. Has some of my favorite sounds, and that's your free drum kit. In addition to that, there's other things that I'm going to make sure I give you throughout the year, but make sure you come join the newsletter, the DIY newsletter. It is going to have an abundance of information, sound packs, all these great things. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the future of Slap Experts on another stream, probably tomorrow when we come back for Flocation. It has the Patreon link, as well as the DI. We got some new clothing. I've been working independent, like, you know what I'm saying? Like do it yourself. Like really, really indie. Like, you know what I'm saying? No role model. Like really, I got that dog and I got that dog. Like really developing all aspects of the business. We got the classic Jubilee year logo. So all that stuff is there. I just want to invite you there. I got courses. I got plugins. Have at it. I even brought back tomfoolery in case you didn't grab the drum fills. But that's at CurtisKing.com and CurtisKing.com. But that being said, thank you so much for joining me. Shout out to everybody that submitted a beat, got a pass. Shout out to y'all. Y'all make life so enjoyable. Walexian, what's the deal? He said, that's crazy. You actually stripped it down. I stripped it down. You know, I'm always open for future reference. How many songs can you critique on an album critique? The whole album. If you're going to take up the whole stream and it takes 2 hours, I mean, hopefully you don't got a 2-hour album. We'll do that. It doesn't matter. We'll do a double album if necessary. You paid a $200 for that, you're my guest. And I will interview you and we'll have a great time. If the whole stream is yours, the whole stream is yours. But usually it doesn't take that long. All right, we'll be back here for a live stream tomorrow. But yeah, look, last thing I'll say about this, Lotus, I stripped down the website because it's like, dog, it was too much going on. Yes, aesthetically it looked nice before. It's hurting my soul for it to not look as good as it did. But I need to be more effective, especially clarity-wise, and letting people know what it is that I offer and what value it can give to them. If you guys go to CurtisKing.com, I'll put the link right now. There's things that you guys probably didn't even know I had, which is embarrassing to say. It just shows you I've done way too much. And one thing I had to do was I had to simplify this. It is just a one-man show. It's just me. So I have to be very strategic and very intelligent about my time. But I got free trainings here in case you want to check out what a course for me is like. A free plugin for the beat timer, drum fills. I even have some more stuff coming soon. First newsletter. Every newsletter is going to go out on Saturdays. So first one's coming out on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. But outside of that, I just want to say thank you. And thank you to the good folks at DistroKid for sponsoring this particular podcast, this particular live stream. Any new plugins coming? We'll talk about it. We got some things. But yes, all in all, y'all have an amazing night. And thank you so much for continuing to support this channel. The best is yet to come. Cook up, be productive. Tomorrow we'll be back in here making beats or making a beat. We're going to see. You need some drum fills? Ron West, you going to love. Hey, somebody tell Ron West about them 50 drum fills. It's going to feel guilty getting them things for free. I'm telling you right now. What that boy over here is selling. I'm for real though. Much love to you. You have an amazing night. I will see you tomorrow. All right? Peace out.